Welcome to English Teach. This video is for learners who want more than vocabulary, more than grammar, more than ordinary practice. In this video, you will improve your English through a powerful self-experiment story using the shadowing technique. This story begins with a simple realization. Most people complain every day about traffic, about weather, about work, about time, about life. Sometimes quietly, sometimes loudly, but almost always unconsciously. The person in this story did not think they complained much. They believed they were positive, grateful, aware. Until one day, someone said something unexpected. "You complain more than you realize." At first, they disagreed, defensively. "No, I don't complain that much." But later that night, they started paying attention, and something uncomfortable happened. They noticed small complaints everywhere. "This day is too long. I'm tired. This is annoying. Why is this happening?" Not dramatic complaints, just small ones, but constant, like background noise. And that realization led to a strange idea, a challenge. What if they stopped complaining for 7 days? No negative comments, no small frustrations spoken out loud, no subtle negativity, just awareness. It sounded simple, almost easy, but it wasn't. Day 1 felt normal. They woke up, started their routine, and tried to stay conscious. The first challenge came quickly. Something small went wrong, a delay, an inconvenience. The usual reaction was automatic, but this time they paused. They caught the complaint before it escaped and replaced it with silence. It felt strange, unnatural, like stopping a habit you never knew you had. By the end of the first day, they were exhausted, not physically, mentally, because awareness takes energy. Day 2 was harder, not because life became worse, but because they noticed more. Complaints were everywhere, in conversations, in social media, in other people. They realized something powerful. Complaining is contagious. When one person starts, others follow. Negativity spreads easily, and most people don't even notice. By day 3, something interesting happened. Silence appeared. Not awkward silence, peaceful silence. Without constant complaints, their mind felt calmer, lighter, less noisy. Small problems felt smaller because they were no longer feeding them with words. Day 4 brought resistance, a stressful moment, a frustrating situation. This time, the urge to complain was strong, almost overwhelming, and for a second, they almost gave in. But instead, they asked themselves a question: will complaining improve this moment? The answer was obvious: no. So they stayed quiet, and something surprising happened. The emotion passed faster. Without words to fuel it, frustration faded quickly. That was a turning point. By day 5, they began noticing changes. Not in the world, in themselves. They reacted slower, listened more, spoke more carefully, and people noticed. "You seem calmer," someone said. That sentence stayed with them, because nothing external had changed, only one habit: no complaining. Day 6 brought clarity. They realized complaining was never about problems, it was about control, a way to release tension, a way to feel understood, a way to avoid responsibility. But removing complaints created space, space for reflection, space for gratitude, space for better responses. By day 7, the experiment felt complete. Not perfect, but powerful. They had not become a different person, but they had become a more aware one. And awareness changes everything. Because once you see a pattern, you cannot unsee it. After the challenge ended, they noticed something important. Life was still imperfect. Problems still existed. Delays still happened. Mistakes still appeared. But their relationship with discomfort had changed. They no longer reacted automatically, they responded intentionally. And that made life feel different, not easier, but clearer. As you listen to this story, notice the simplicity of the language. Real English is often simple, but meaningful. Shadow each sentence carefully. Pause the video, repeat slowly, match the rhythm. Do not rush fluency. Build it patiently. This story is not only about language, it is about awareness. Because learning a language and changing habits have something in common. Both require consistency. Both require patience. Both feel slow at first, but both transform you over time. You do not need perfection, you need repetition. If you make mistakes while shadowing, continue anyway. Progress is built through action, not hesitation. This video is perfect for learners who enjoy real-life stories, people interested in self-growth, listeners who want meaningful English practice, anyone tired of boring lessons. You may not try this challenge today, but maybe after this story, you will notice your own patterns, your own words, your own reactions, and that awareness is the first step to change. Thank you for practicing with English Teach. Stay mindful, stay patient, and keep speaking, one sentence at a time.